What's up, everybody? Dark1985. There's levels to this. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys out there. We're actually gonna celebrate tonight at home, though. We're gonna make a steak and lobster dinner. We're gonna try to make it ourselves and see how it comes out. So hopefully it comes out good. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Sony doesn't need exclusives anymore. And the reason I'm making this video is because yesterday I came out and I said why the state of play was bad and all that other stuff. And the more I think about stuff, the more I could see things differently. I could see things from a different perspective. And you guys like to call me a flip flopper, whatever the case may be. No, it's just always constantly critically thinking. And if I change my mind on something, I change my mind on something. Now, I still stand by what I said yesterday. If you're a die-hard PlayStation fan and you bought your PlayStation for their first-party exclusive games and all that other stuff, that state of play was trash because they got you to waste your time looking at games that are going to go everywhere. But this is what I realized after thinking about that state of play. Sony doesn't need exclusives anymore. They don't. You see, the beginning of this generation, everyone told me that you need exclusives because exclusives is what sells consoles. Even though the numbers don't say that. The numbers prove that most of the games that are being played on the PlayStation are games that you could play everywhere. However, there was some weird perpetuated lie that exclusives is what sell consoles when there's only one console that you buy for exclusive. There's only one console that you buy for their exclusives, and that's the Nintendo Switch. So much so that if a third-party game doesn't go to the Nintendo Switch, you're not even tripping. You're like, oh, okay, whatever, right? Everything else, no, you're buying for the multi-plats, and sometimes there might be a game or two that's just stuck to that console, but that doesn't benefit you. But now, what's happening with Sony is they're getting all the games. They know that all these Xbox games are coming over. So I'll put it to you like this. You know how people like to compare Netflix and Hulu to, oh, Netflix has exclusive content. That's why you subscribe to Netflix, and then Hulu has exclusive content. Okay, so think about it like this. Imagine if Netflix, right, all of a sudden started to get Hulu content on their subscription service. What would be the incentive for Netflix to continue making as many original shows and movies when they're also getting the competitors' shows and movies? That's the same way this is working. Sony doesn't need exclusives anymore because they see that Xbox is putting their games on that side. So who are they competing against? So the amount of exclusives that they had to produce and all this other stuff doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. They can go ahead and slow down with how many exclusives they produce. They could go ahead and keep doing the remakes and the remasters because at the end of the day, they're getting all the content anyways. That makes sense to me. It's almost like PlayStation is becoming the Steam of consoles. Doc, what do you mean? This is what I mean. When you start PC gaming or you go PC gaming, the launcher that you're definitely going to get is Steam. No if, ands, or buts about it. You're going to go ahead and get Steam, right? Now, you might also download Epic. You might also download EA, Origins, Xbox as well, Game Pass, right? You might download those launchers as well. But your main place to play these games are probably going to be on Steam. Game Pass a close second if you're coming from the Xbox side. But you'll still download Epic for the free games that they give you. And sometimes they might have a better deal than Steam. Very rarely, but for the free games for sure, right? So that's the same way I look at these consoles now. Steam has everything. You're going to be able to play the majority of all games on Steam. Which is funny though, because you can't play Fortnite on Steam, right? But still, the majority of the games you're going to be able to play on Steam. That's the same thing with the PlayStation now. You're going to be able to play the majority of these games on PlayStation if you're a console gamer. So why would PlayStation break their backs trying to make a new IP, make new games and all this other stuff at the same rate that they were making them before? I'm not saying that they're not going to make them or that they're never going to make them. What I'm telling you is that what you loved about PlayStation is no longer here. What you loved about PlayStation is gone. The same way that the Xbox, what I want to call them, the Xbox diehards had to come to the realization that what they loved about Xbox is also gone. I'm telling you right now, PlayStation gamer, what you loved about Sony is gone. That greatness all the time at a steady tempo, that is gone. You're gonna keep getting remakes. Every once in a while, you'll go ahead and get something that's first party and coming from Sony and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, they really don't have to make anything. Why would they waste money making these grandiose IPs when you're already playing on their console, because you already know that Xbox is putting their games over there? Every single time you celebrate an Xbox game going to PlayStation, Sony is looking at it like, less work we got to do. Less work we got to do. See, I was under the impression that Sony wanted their games to be top of the chart and all that other stuff. I don't think so. I think they could care less. 75 million consoles sold now. You're going to play their games on their hardware. What can Sony do to continuously make money? Increase that price of PS Plus. That's what I would do if I was them, if I wanted to continue making money. But as far as making brand new games and all that stuff, nah, I'm going to chill. I'm going to slow down. Lil Wayne says in one of his lyrics, I'm in the lead, I could pop a willy. Yeah, that makes sense. When you're in the lead, you could go ahead and cruise a little bit. Sony don't got to do anything. Now, you got to decide if that's good enough for you. Dark 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.